Hi everybody, this is Cynthiana, and today's video is how to build and run a farm to get to Legendary Castle without spending. So I hope this is going to be really beneficial for you. This video is full of information, so I'm actually going to upload it into 3 parts so that you can go one at a time and get the most information out of each video. So this guide is meant to teach you how to create farm accounts that can help you power up and level up much more quickly with your main account. You simply create a farm account or several farm accounts using a new email address. Then you harvest the resources collected by that farm as often as you need them. It's possible to collect millions in resources every single day using this really simple setup, and it only takes about half an hour a day at most. One thing to be aware of, when you do make a new account, you'll probably be placed in a different kingdom from your main kingdom. So in order to harvest from your farm, you do need to move to the kingdom of your choice before your farm castle reaches level 6. So with that, I'm going to walk you through what I recommend as an ideal farm setup. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, by the way. If you know some tips that I might not know about, please leave a comment. I'm always looking to learn. So the basic farm setup is Castle 15. As you can see here, this is one of my farm accounts. Castle 15, there's no need to go any higher than that, but when you get to Castle 15, you can open up all the resource zones here inside your castle. And of course, it unlocks silver as a resource as well. So Castle 15, your wall, I wouldn't go any higher than 14, but you have to have 14 to get Castle 15. So wall 14. Military buildings. Take them to the minimum that is required. In this case, it's 10 or 11. I think you need to have siege 11. And also, I have my embassy at 11 as well. But my other military buildings are all level 10, as you can see here. And the Institute is level 14. The reason for that is because you want your research to be heavily in resources, but I'll get into that in a later video. So Institute level 14. Your drill grounds, which I think I have over here, level 11 drill grounds. That's just so that you can, that the drill grounds are your dispatch size. So, I'll get into how many troops and the reason for this in a few minutes as well. Now for the important stuff. So war tents, on your main, you probably focus a lot on war tents, but on farms, honestly, they really don't matter quite as much, because once you get your troops built, you're really not building many more troops on a regular basis. So I usually do 5 war tents. You can see I have 3 here and 2 over here. So 5 war tents. Hospitals. Hospitals are crazy important for farms because most people don't bother shielding their farms too often, because you'd be shielding every day. So you want your hospital capacity, your wounded capacity, to equal the number of troops that you have. So you'll see I've maxed out my hospitals at 8. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's another one down here somewhere at 8. These hospitals are varying levels. In this case, I've got, I think, 1 level 10, 4 level 7, and 3 level 6. So the number of troops, well, I'll come back to the number of troops and why I've got my hospitals set up this way. 10 farms is my normal recommendation. I think for some reason on this account, I have, I do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 farms. I just keep them at minimal levels. One of them is at level 10 because it was required. The others are level 4 because I don't care that much. And then 6 lumber mills and 5 iron mills. The reason that I'm stacking pretty heavy on lumber and iron is because once you get above like castle level 22 to 26 on your main, believe me, you're going to run out of lumber and iron all the time. These are really incredibly important resources because you need many, many millions of lumber at a time to do any significant upgrading on your main castle. And iron is just really slow to farm. So for research and for upgrades, you're constantly needing lots of iron. So 6 lumber mills, 5 iron mines. The requirements for lumber mills, I think you have to have one level 12 in order to get to Castle 15. And then the rest I've left at 4. My iron mines here are all level 6. And if you want silver mines inside your castle, you can replace 1 lumber mill and 2 farms. I don't personally think that's really necessary because there are super tiles if you're in a farm alliance. And so silver, I find I rarely run out of silver. You don't really need any more than 3 silver mines for any reason. Even if you're approaching legendary, you'll get all the silver you need in packs and as rewards. And like I said, you can always farm it on the super tiles or the regular farm tiles as well. Now moving on to troops, the second part of this video, troops. Right now all my troops are out on this farm. However, you'll see that I've got 54,400 troops on this account. 50,000 or thereabouts is a great number to target for your farm accounts. Based on the number of dispatches that you want to send out. In this case, I have 3 dispatches. So 50,000 troops is great. It's really, really important, going back to hospitals for a second, that your wounded capacity is equal to or very close to equal to your number of total troops. In this case, I've got 54,420 troops, and my wounded capacity is 54,060. So if I really wanted to, I could upgrade one of my hospitals to get a little bit more wounded capacity for those 400. But honestly, if I lose those 400, I don't really care. But it's really important because, like I said, you're probably not going to shield your farm all the time. And if you don't harvest too often, it can get really attractive to attackers. So you want to make sure that you're not losing soldiers all the time and that you can heal them up. So that is why 8 hospitals, and try to keep your wounded capacity very, very close to the number of total soldiers that you have. Troop level is not important. You can see here I've got everybody from level 2, 3, and 4. That's fine. And then I've got some Storm Guardians in level 5. But T4 is totally fine. You might want to focus more on siege and war machines than other troop types, just because they carry more resources when you're farming. So that is it for part 1 of this video. I hope this was helpful for you in getting you started setting up your farms so that you can be farming resources. One thing I did want to mention, you can see that my available resources here are actually very low right now because I just harvested from this farm. All the troops are out now. They are gathering other resources. But generally speaking, this farm, I can get 8 to 10 million resources every day from it. And God, excuse me, I have a bad cold, as you can hear. So 8 to 10 million resources on every farm adds up really fast on your main when you're trying to level up. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you tune in a couple of days for part number 2, which is going to talk about all your skill points, research, defenses, resources, and all that stuff. So please do subscribe so that you don't miss it when I upload part 2. Thanks so much for listening and have a great day.